Today, we're going to be going over the delays in the HeadRush pedal board, and I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to get in and get them sounding good every time. Let's go. Hey, hope you're doing well. Now, there are a heap of delays in the HeadRush pedal board to choose from, and each one of them is just a little bit different. They've got different parameters and can make a tone sound good or bad if you don't know what you're looking for. So I'm going to show you what I think to be a pretty cool little way to go about finding the best delay for the tone and the sound that you're going for. Let me just set up this other camera. Now, I'm completely aware that that is absolutely hideous, but that is the best I can do. So this is the patch that I've made up for today. I've got the Marshall, the 800 TS mod. It's basically like a hot rodded JCM 800. These are the settings down here. Looks like yay. Noise filter because it's noisy. Compression at the start, a little bit of overdrive. This is an IR that I've made of my cabinet, which is behind me here. I'm going to chuck a link down the bottom if you want this impulse response, and just some EQ at the back there. All right, well, let's just do this. So let's pull in the first delay. First in line is the tape echo default. We'll turn the sync on. Now it's pretty noisy, and there are quite a few parameters. You've got your feedback here, record level, mix, the head tilt, the wow, and the hiss. So what do they all actually do? The best way to go about it, turn your mix to 100%. So this way, you're only going to hear the delay. So right now, that's what it's doing. It's catching everything and it's delaying it. So I'll turn the record level down a little bit. So let's go through. Turn the head tilt all the way to the bottom. Let's check out this wow. So if we turn the wow to the top, so you can hear in there that the wow gives it a bit of modulation on each repeat. The hiss, off. It's pretty subtle, that. We'll come back up here. Let's try this head tilt. So basically that head tilt just adds to the modulation and makes each repeat sound a little bit different each time. Let's move along. Let's see what the next one does. Next delay is the BBD. Now this one at this. It's really loud straight away. Let's turn the mix all the way up. Feedback's fine there at the moment. Turn the gain down. So it seems to be pretty loud. There's not a lot of feedback on this delay, so we need to turn that up. Cool. Let's move it down this way. Hiss. Again, that hiss is pretty subtle, doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot. Now, the gain is basically how loud it's going to record the delay repeat. So if you turn it all the way down, bit quieter, turn it all the way up. Oh, super loud. Let's have a look at the LFO speed and depth now. That's pretty cool. So we turn that down and it slows down that sort of vibrato. Now, on its own, that sounds obviously ridiculous. But if you had like a clean sound with a big reverb and you had that going through, it's going to add to some really like ambient modulated reverb type thing going on. We bring the mix down now and have a listen to it. That's disgusting. disgusting. So you probably wouldn't have that depth that high. Let's bring it back down. Whoops. That is super interesting. I don't know if I like it or not. I'm sure there's a use for it. I'll find one. All right, let's move along. What's next? Air delay. So this is it, how it opens up. I'm just going to look at this feedback resonance frequency. I personally don't usually use that when I have this delay on. I think it's gross. But if we turn it all the way to 100%, the feedback reso or resonance, basically what it's doing is it's resonating at this frequency here at the top. So at 2.5, which is normally pretty gross on a guitar, that's sort of an area that you'd cut. So that's probably why I don't like this default. So you can hear what it's doing there. If we sweep around. Now, so now it goes a bit higher up there. You can sort of see how that would add to the delay and it would make it same sort of thing. If you're going to be using these big ambient spaces, that's where I think that would come into play. Now you've got a high pass frequency. High pass is a low cut. So the higher we do that, so nothing under 1,000 hertz there is going to be coming through. We bring it all the way to the bottom. Obviously the low frequencies are then on that delay. Oh yeah, and here's the low pass. So that one is a high cut. So same thing here, bring that down. Now it's right down to 1,000. Cool. Now the ratio and the width, they work together. They should be next to each other, but they're not. So that's going to make it wide. And the closer you bring it together, so 50%, when you bring the ratio back down, it doesn't spread it as evenly. So the repeats are a little bit more, whereas if you put it to 100%, it's dun, 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 and it's going to stick to the beat. So that's how that one works. And obviously the width is how wide that's going to be. So now, those repeats down the middle. Now they're left and right. Cool. Next one, dynamic delay. Actually, this one I was playing with earlier just to suss this out. This is very interesting. So, dynamic. Mix all the way at 100%. Ratio and width. See, there it is again. They're right next to each other. It's interesting that this one is next to each other, but the other one wasn't. So you got the ratio goes up or below or lower. Basically, it's just which side the repeat goes to first. Now the envelope mix. This is the part that's really cool. Let's turn this up. 100%. What's happening there? Not much. Turn this all the way down. There's nothing going on. But watch this. Every time you play, if you hold a chord, there's a repeat. But as soon as you stop, it stops. So that's pretty cool. And then if we bring this all the way as high as it goes to a second. So I'm not sure how that one works. We bring this back down now to negative 100. Bring this back down to negative 100. See what happens? So it seems to be sort of sweeping into it. Interesting. But if we bring it all the way down to 0 again. That's interesting. When you hold here on this one, that's so cool. So when you hold on this one, the delay just has that single repeat, and it's not until you let go that it comes out really prominent. And at a full second there, so same thing, it just doesn't come in as strong. That's really cool, that one. I recommend you play with that. Now, if we bring it all the way back up to 100% at 0 seconds again, where it was doing that complete cut, and bring the mix down. So there's delay while you're playing, and it's gone when you stop. That's mad. I actually didn't know it did that until I was playing with this earlier, and I think that's awesome. So we've got a high cut, a low cut, and a high cut again. Now, interestingly, this time it says low cut and high cut, and not low pass, high pass. It's just so strange. Stereo, you have the option to bring on and off, and tails on as well. Cool. Let's go next. Shimmer is a reverb, so we're going to skip that one. The reverse delay. Now, this one, pretty obvious. It's in the name. The delays are, as in the repeats, are reversed from what you play. Same thing, low cut, high cut. Again, written that way. Let's turn the mix all the way up. Isn't that interesting? If I start here and slide up, it goes the other way and goes down. Man, it's mad, hey? It's fascinating. So if we bring the mix down now and play with it. So again, it's less obvious when you've got your actual guitar coming through, but on its own, you can come up with some mad tones just like that, and some really cool riffs that come out of that, I reckon, if you had the right sound to go with it. Have a play, guys. Could be a lot of fun. This is the last one. This is the pitch delay. Now, this is fascinating as well. We're going to put it all the way up, so 12 semitones up. So it's like basically an octave pedal on the delays. So my guitar tone is normal, but the delays are up. That's really, really cool. I like that. Let's turn the feedback up a little bit. Now, ooh. Cool. So when you put the feedback up, it's not just one repeat. It's do, 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 do. It just keeps on going higher and higher and higher. Now this is, let's bring it down to nothing. So in theory, nothing should happen. There you go. And it doesn't. It's just a delay now. Detune, 50%. Man, it's disgusting. I really don't understand detune. And you can go the other way. So then you've got a low cut and a high cut as well. Width there. That detune off. I really don't like that. Level is the overall. level of the delays. And we'll just go 5 semitones down now. That's pretty cool. So bring the feedback all the way down again. Awesome. So I reckon if we speed that right up. Now, check this out. We've basically just created ourselves some kind of octave pedal or harmony pedal in this case. So if we bring it all the way down, 12 semitones, so a whole step lower. And then it's basically more or less an octave pedal, that one. And you can do it the other way. So same thing. Oh, it's 13 semitones, that's why. That was gross. And then, of course, you can add other delays onto that sound as well. Could sound pretty cool, except for the D-tune. I don't like the D-tune. So there we go. That is a quick overview of the delays in the HeadRush pedal board and that handy little tip there of turning your mix all the way to 100% so you can dial that delay in and hear exactly what is happening with each repeat. I hope that's given you something to think about. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. See you next time.